The Lover Within, by Ruslan Healer. The Healer Path. Cultivating self-love through kind words. Inside each of us lives a voice that longs to love us. Yet for many, the voice that speaks the loudest is not the gentle supporter, but the harsh critic. This critic points out our flaws, magnifies our mistakes, and whispers that we are not enough. But there is another voice. A softer one. A voice of kindness, compassion, and love. The Lover Within. This book is an invitation to awaken that voice and let it guide the way you speak to yourself, the way you see yourself, and the way you live. Imagine what your life would feel like if your inner dialogue became your greatest source of encouragement. Imagine waking each day with words of tenderness echoing in your heart. This is the path of self-love. This is the journey of cultivating kind words toward yourself. Be aware, before we awaken the lover within, we must first meet the critic. The inner critic is not your enemy. It is a part of you that learned, often in childhood, to keep you safe through judgment. Maybe it thought criticism would push you to succeed. Maybe it echoed voices from the past, parents, teachers, society, telling you to be better, stronger, or different. But while the critic's intention may have been protection, its effect is harm. Negative self-talk drains your energy, limits your confidence, and clouds your joy. Take a moment now to notice, what does my inner critic sound like? Write down a few sentences it often says. You may see patterns of never good enough, I always fail, or I don't deserve happiness. Naming the critic is the first step to transforming it. Notice the power of kind words. Words are not just sounds. They shape your emotions, beliefs, and actions. The words you speak to yourself are like seeds planted in the soil of your mind. Harsh words plant weeds of doubt. Gentle words plant blossoms of confidence and hope. Consider this. If you spoke to a dear friend the way you often speak to yourself, would that friend feel uplifted or wounded? If love can be given to others through words, it can also be given to you. Try this practice. Each morning, before checking your phone or rushing into the day, speak 3 kind phrases to yourself. Examples. I am worthy of love as I am. I allow myself to grow at my own pace. I choose kindness toward myself today. At first it may feel unusual, but like sunlight on a seed, repetition helps these words take root. Next. Self-love is not about polishing yourself until you are flawless. It is about embracing your humanity, your quirks, your scars, your mistakes, as part of your beauty. Perfection is an illusion, a moving target you will never reach. But authenticity is always available. When you embrace your imperfections, you release the pressure to be someone else and finally rest in who you truly are. Reflection: which part of me needs gentleness today? Perhaps it is your tired body, your worried mind, or your sensitive heart. Write a short note of kindness to that part, as though you were speaking to a child or a beloved friend. Creating a loving dialogue. From criticism to compassion, life happens in the dialogue you create with yourself. Imagine your inner world as a conversation between 2 voices, the critic and the lover. When the critic speaks harshly, the lover responds with gentleness. Example. Critic: I failed again. I'll never get it right. Lover: I'm learning. Mistakes mean I am growing. This is not about ignoring mistakes or pretending challenges don't exist. It is about framing them in a way that nurtures growth rather than shame. Practice: write down 1 critical thought you often hear. Then, write a compassionate response. Keep this somewhere visible, as a reminder that you always have a choice in which voice you listen to. Over time, the loving voice grows stronger. And slowly, the critic softens. When you learn to speak with kindness to yourself, something beautiful happens. The way you speak to others also changes. Self-love radiates outward. You become more patient, more compassionate, and more open. The ripples of your words touch every relationship around you. To live as your own lover is to make kindness a daily practice. Here are a few gentle rituals. Morning word of love. Begin each day with 1 kind phrase to yourself. Compassion: pause. When you notice criticism, pause and ask, What would love say instead? Evening reflection, before sleep. Thank yourself for one thing you did that day, no matter how small. These practices don't take long, but their impact is profound. They slowly rewire your inner world, turning self-criticism into self-compassion. A lifelong love affair. The journey of self-love is not a destination, but a lifelong relationship with yourself. Like any relationship, it requires care, patience, and attention. Some days you will stumble, and the critic will return. That's okay. Each moment offers a new chance to choose love. Remember, you are not broken. You are not lacking. You are not too much or not enough. You are simply human, worthy of the same kindness you so easily give to others. The lover within is waiting. Speak gently. Be tender. And watch how your life transforms when your inner voice becomes your greatest ally. Sparkle's final reflection prompt. Close your eyes and place a hand over your heart. Whisper to yourself, I am here for you. I will love you through it all. Let this be the beginning of your love affair with the most important person in your life, you. And as you reflect on this truth, you may already sense the new strength, new grace, new harmony within you. With love and appreciation. Ruslan Healer.